guys, so today we are going to make this super adorable bento cake. It could be in the bento size, so it could be very easy for you to remove it and to give it to your friend or something. And it could have the most light and fluffy sponge cake inside, so it could be delicious. And it looks cute as well, so let's make it with me. First, we are going to prepare the sponge cake. For today's recipe, we are going to make the Japanese style sponge cake, which will be more fluffy and even more tender. It will be like feeling eating a cloud, and it could be so delicious. I think this because the difference in the ratio. In this recipe, we are going to use less flour and more liquid, so it will have a very moist, tender and light fluffy cake. And for this recipe, we are going to beat the egg white until it reaches stiff peak. While beating my egg white, I'm just gonna gradually adding my sugar so it can completely dissolve in the egg white, and this is the final egg white that we wanted. Like when you pull it up, it could have a very steep peak and it won't move too much, so it could be the perfect consistency. Now I'm gonna add the third into my first batter and just gonna mix well. This step could lighten the first egg yolk batter, and it could be easier for us to fold in the remaining egg white. For the remaining one, we're just gonna gently fold it. I find it could be easier if you just using a whisk like this instead of a spatula like regular egg white. Using a whisk and a folding method will help to distribute the egg yolk better, like we won't have any large air bubble left, so it could be a very smooth but still airy and delicious like this. Now I'm just gonna pour it into my mold. I have put some parchment paper underneath to make the cake not stick to the pan later, and just gonna tap it a little bit to remove the remaining air bubble. And now in a preheated oven, I'm just gonna bake it at 160 Celsius for 25 minutes or until the cake has turned golden brown like this. We will have to tap it one more time to remove the stream that's stuck in the cake to make the cake more fluffy and delicious. Now I'm just gonna let the cake sit for about 50 to 20 minutes or until it completely cool. Using a DIY 8cm round mold, I'm just gonna cut my cake into little pieces, and this is the main part for our bento cake, because bento cake is actually quite small, and in order to fit in the bento cake box, I find that 8cm is the perfect measurement. And for the filling, today we are going to make a very simple yet delicious is whipping cream. I'm just gonna beat my cream until it reaches steep peak like this, and now we can start to decorating the cake. For the first part, I'm just gonna add in some white layer between every layer of my cake. Try to make it as smooth as possible so we will have an even layer of cream and the cake will not tear later when we put in all of the other layer. And just try to do your best, because this will be the inside. It should actually show too much, so you don't have to be nervous. Just try to do your best. And now I'm just gonna repeat it with the second layer. When you add in another layer of cake, try to press it a little bit so the cake is stuck to the cream beneath, and it won't move too much when we added the cream later. And now I'm just gonna try to cover all of the cake with the cream. This cream will be a very thin layer, like a crumb coat, so the crumb will stick to the cream and it will stick to the cream with the color that we will add in later. And now for the fun part, we are going to color our cream. Using some food coloring, I will add some drop to the cream and turn it into my favorite color. Today I'm going to use a pastel color palette, so it will be like a light blue, light purple and light pink like this. I will try to make it well so it won't have any white streak left. And now we are going to color all of our white cake. For the first cake, I'm just gonna cover all it with some lavender light purple. I like this purple so much because it looks so cute and so calming as well. So in order for us to cover all the cake, first I'm just gonna try to smooth it as much as possible, because after this we will add it into a bento box cake, so you don't actually have to smooth it too much, because the most of the part will be covered in the parchment paper when we adding into the bento box cakes. So just try to do your best.
And now for the fun part, I'm just gonna adding some red cherry on top of my purple, so the color contrast will make the cake look so much more interesting and it will be more appetizing like this. And now we are just gonna move the cake into some bento box. I have put some parchment paper underneath to make the cake non-stick. And now we will continue to the second part of our cake, which will be a very pastel pink like this. And for this cake I will make some another color contrast by adding some very vibrant purple like this. Bento cake style is actually quite easy and quite very little details, but the color contrast will make the cake look so interesting, and also the size of it, like it because it's very small, so when we see it, it's just like instantly cute cake. For the final cake, I'm just gonna add in some pastel blue color, and on top of that, I'm just gonna add in the remaining pink colors that we just used. For this cake, I want to make it and to thank you for having supporting and watching my video until this moment. So this cake is for you guys. So I want to add in a letter of thank you and making some yellow color on top of my blue, so the letter will pop a little bit more, and surrounding the cake with some yellow and blue color like this, so it will be so cute and delicious. And adding some bear candle, which is like be a cherry on top of the cake, and it will look so delicious like this. Like you can see in the video, it is very easy and very adorable to make, so please happy to try, and if you try, please share this video and subscribe to my channel. And now goodbye.